Hi everyone, this video is the continuation of the fourth unit of ePayment systems, mobile payments. In the previous video, we have learned about some of the topics of fourth unit like wireless payments and its processes, digital wallets and various digital wallets, Google Wallet and its privacy, security and criticism features, and OBPay along with its features. And the remaining topics of the fourth unit are security challenges in mobile payments, credit cards and debit cards, RuPay card and its advantages, and eSalana methods. These are the remaining topics of the fourth unit, mobile payments of ePayment system. We are going to discuss in this video. The first topic is security challenges in mobile payments. Coming to the security challenge of mobile payments, there are various challenges which are named as below. They are weak server-side controls, insecure storage, insufficient transport layer protection, client-side injection, poor authentication and authorization, improper session handling, security decisions based upon untested inputs, side channel data leakage, broken cryptography, and sensitive information disclosure. Coming to the weak server side controls, mobile payment applications rely on the mobile application vendor servers hosted usually on the cloud to perform critical security operations. When these controls cannot be enforced by the mobile payment application vendor, it is important that liability clauses covering cases such as fraud and data breaches are clearly spelled out in service level agreement between the vendor and any contracted third parties involved. And coming to the next security challenges in mobile payment is insecure storage. Securing confidential data such as cardholders' personal identifiable information as well as sensitive information such as the PAN card details, CVV number of the card, tokens and cryptograms is one of the most critical mobile application security controls. By design, some mobile payment applications use the secure element to store confidential cardholder data and to process sensitive data to authorize payment transactions. Use of tokens are a replacement of PANs and CVVs as well as of virtual credit card data instead of the real credit card data is another way to secure the confidentiality of the real data. And coming to the next one is insufficient transport layer protection. Insufficient protection of data in transit starts from the transport security of the channels like NFC used for contactless mobile payments as well as client to server channels like SSL used for provisioning the mobile application and transporting cardholders' data. End-to-end encryption is an excellent control which compensates for the risk of insufficient transport layer protection because of misconfigurations or vulnerabilities in the transport layer at any of the tiers of the payment process networks architecture. Utilization of technologies such as SSL certificate pinning helps further safeguard against man-in-the-middle attacks. And the next security challenge is client-side injection. The mobile payment UI itself represents another vector of attack for exploration of input validation vulnerabilities by attackers. Mobile application input validation vulnerabilities that allow client-side injection of data need to be validated during SDLC assurance activities and remediated prior to production rollout by the mobile payment vendor. And the next type of security challenges in mobile payments is poor authorization and authentication. Authentication and authorization are critical controls for every mobile payment application, since they are not only authenticate the user but also authorize the payment. Weakness in authorization might allow impersonation attacks with stolen data such as stolen tokens used by a different device. Here, transaction verification plays a vital role and needs to complement tokenization efforts. The token should not only be one use only, but also tied to the device with other attributes such as GPS location backed in. GPS, when tied to the transaction, would also help indicate whether the token is being sent from a geolocation that the user is not traditionally associated with, which may indicate fraud, but more importantly help detect Superman attacks whereby the legitimate user pays for a good or service. And the next security challenge is improper session handling. Improper session handling can be caused by failing to invalidate the session at logout, poor implementation of session expiration, issues with session tokens or cookies such as a replay and hijacking of the sessions because of lack of protection of session data such as cookies in transit between clients and servers. And the next type of security challenges in mobile payments is security decision based on the untrusted inputs. Every time a user is prompted to enter data, input should be treated as untrusted and should not be blindly accepted by device or backend APIs and blindly acted upon. Each client input should map into a regular expression of accepted boundary conditions and conform to that input. This should then be verified on the server side to ensure that the data entered in the UI and transported to the API are same. And the next type of security challenge is side channel data leakage. Attackers could access sensitive data using side channels such as by installing malware on the device in order to control it remotely or to steal data from the device. Preventive measures include application isolation such as sandboxing and virtualization monitoring of mobile application on the device. Detection measures include jailbreak detection, malware detection, and secure provisioning of the mobile application and third-party libraries used by the application. And the next security challenge in mobile payments is broken cryptography. Mobile devices have traditionally suffered from low encrypted generation, which may generate bias towards specific low entropy crypto keys due to the constricted resources, both processing memory and battery available. However, this is gradually getting better when physically sensors are tapped into. And the last security challenge in mobile payments is sensitive information disclosure. Lack of encryption of sensitive data is also a security design flaw that can be detected early through threat modeling and source code review of the mobile data application. Sensitive information disclosure might occur because of sashing and logging of confidential data of the user as well as token by the application as well as the third-party libraries used by the mobile application. These are the various security challenges in mobile payments. And the next topic is credit cards and debit cards. Credit cards and debit cards typically look almost identical with 16-digit code numbers, expiry dates and personal identification number, but that is where the similarity ends. Debit cards allow bank customers to spend money by drawing on funds they have deposited at the bank. Credit cards allow consumers to borrow money from the card issuer up to a certain limit in order to purchase items or withdraw cash. You probably have at least one credit and one debit card in your wallet. The convenience and protection they offer are hard to beat, but they have important differences that could substantially affect your pocketbook. Here is how to choose which to use when you need to swipe the plastic card. coming to the credit cards. Credit cards can be explained as a credit card is a card issued by a financial institution, typically a bank, and it enables the cardholder to borrow funds from the institution. Cardholder agrees to pay the money back with interest according to the institution terms. Credit cards are issued in four categories. They can be standard cards, reward cards, secure credit cards, and charge cards. Standard cards simply extend a line of credit to their users. And coming to the reward cards, offer cashback, travel points, or other benefits to the customers. And secure credit cards require an initial cash deposit that is held by the issuer as collateral. And the last type of credit card is charge cards. Charge cards have no preset spending limit but often do not allow unpaid balances to carry over from month to month. Credit card users can reap cash, discounts, travel points, and many other features unavailable to debit card. Consumers who pay off their cards in full and on time every month can profit substantially by running their monthly purchases and bills through reward cards. Credit card use is also reflected on the consumer's credit report, which allows responsible spenders to raise their scores with a history of expenditures and timely payments. And coming to the debit cards, a debit card is a payment card that makes payment by deducting money directly from a consumer's checking account rather than via loan from a bank. Debit card offers the convenience of credit cards and many of the same consumer protections when issued by major payment processors like Visa and MasterCard. There are two types of debit cards that do not require the customer to have a checking or savings account, as well as one is standard type. Standard debit cards draw on your bank account, and electronic benefit transfer cards are issued by state and federal agencies to allow qualifying users to use their benefits to make purchases. And the prepaid debit cards give people without access to a bank account a way to make electronic purchase up to the amount that was preloaded on the card. Consumers may prefer to the debit cards because there usually are few or no associated fees unless users spends more than they have in their account and incur an overdraft fee. By contrast, credit cards generally charge annual fee, over limit fee, late payment fees, and other penalties in addition to monthly interest on the card's outstanding balance. And coming to the next topic is RuPay debit card. RuPay is India's indigenous card scheme created by the NPCA, that is National Payments Corporation of India. It was conceived to fulfill RBI's vision to offer a domestic open loop multilateral system which will allow all Indian banks and financial institutions in India to participate in electronic payments. It is made in India for every Indian to take them towards a cashless society. RuPay is the first of its kind domestic debit and credit card payment network of India, with wide acceptance at ATMs, POS devices, and e-commerce websites across India. It is a highly secure network that protects against anti-phishing. The name derived from the words rupee and payment emphasizes that it is India's very own initiative for debit and credit card payments. It is our answer to international payment networks, expressing pride over our nationality. RuPay fulfills RBI's vision on initiating a less cash economy. This could be achieved only by empowering every Indian bank and financial institution to become tech-savvy and engage in offering electronic payments. And the RuPay card issuing banks can be discussed as. Presently, RuPay has collaborated with almost 600 international, regional and local banks across the country. Its 10 core promoter banks are State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Union Bank of India, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Citibank and HSBC. And RuPay as a product of NCPA, that is National Payments Corporation of India, can be discussed as RuPay is a product of NPCI, the umbrella organization that powers retail payments in the country. The provision under the Payments and Settlement System Act 2007 empowered the Reserve Bank of India and Indian Banks Association to create a secure electronic payment and settlement system in India. The nature of NPCI's initiatives and objectives include not-for-profit company under the provision of Section 25 of Companies Act 1956 and more recently under the Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. And the advantages of RuPay card can be discussed as below. The Indian market offers huge potential for cards penetration despite the challenges. RuPay card will address the needs of the Indian consumers, merchants and banks. The benefits of RuPay debit card are the flexibility of the product platform, high levels of acceptance and the strength of the RuPay brand, all of which will contribute to an increased product experience. And the various advantages of RuPay card are lower cost and affordability, customized product offering, protection of information related to Indian consumers, provide electronic product options to untapped and unexplored consumer segment, and interoperability between payment channels and products. And coming to the first advantage, lower cost and affordability. Since the transaction processes will happen domestically, it would lead to lower cost of clearing and settlement for each transaction. This will make the transaction cost affordable and will drive usage of cards in the industry. And the next advantage is customized product offering. RuPay Bring a Domestic scheme is committed towards development of customized product and service offerings for Indian consumers. And the next advantage of RuPay card is protection of information related to Indian consumers. Transactions and customer data related to RuPay card transactions will reside in India only. And the next advantage of RuPay card is provide electronic product options to untapped and unexplored consumer segment. There are underpenetrated and untapped consumer segment in rural areas that do not have access to banking and financial services. Right pricing of RuPay products would make the RuPay cards more economically feasible for banks to offer to their consumers. And the last advantage of RuPay card is interoperability between payment channels and products. RuPay card is uniquely positioned to offer complete interoperability between various payment channels and products. NPCA currently offers varied solutions across platforms including ATMs, mobile technologies, checks, etc. And it is extremely well placed in nurturing RuPay cards across these platforms. And the last topic is eSalana and the methods of using eSalana. Coming to the eSalana is the web-enabled software to facilitate capturing of online payments made by the users who have an internet-enabled online bank account. The users can make any government payment of any department by simply filling the e-form provided and through the selected bank's gateway in which he or she has an online account. The data at the end of each day communicated by the bank concerned to treasuries for compiling required receipts account. Since we are talking about payment through eSalana, for taking it we need to make payment via either internet banking or through a manual process. that is by visiting the nearest CBS branch of State Bank of India. And the methods of using eSalana can be discussed as: for payment of channel via internet banking, you need to have an account set up with the official website of the State Bank of India. All you need to do is choose the Pay Now option available at the Chalana portal and enter the details, which may include your account number and password or username and password. And coming to the other method, apart from that, you can also make use of SBI debit card if the facility is available. All you need to do is enter the details of your debit card and PIN, which is easy, secure and reliable method. Another option is taking out the copy of your challan and carry it to the nearest CVS branch of SBI and deposit the copy with the amount at the counter. The bank employee will keep one half of the chalana with himself as bank copy, and the other half will be provided to you with the transaction ID of your challan payment. In these various methods of using eChalana, things to keep in mind while making online payment is to make sure that it is a secure connection and the payment you are making for a trusted client. You need to keep your credentials safe from various culprits waiting to attack your bank. By this, we have completed the fourth unit of ePayment systems, in which we have learned about the various payments and wireless payments and its process, digital wallet and various digital wallets, Google Wallet and its privacy, security and criticism features, OBPay along with its features, security challenges in mobile payments, credit cards and debit cards, RuPay debit card and its advantages, and eChalana and methods of using eChalana. Thank you.